Good morning. Let's do another fish room update. I've changed this 20-gallon to hold mostly these half-black guppies that I had spawned from the Blue Diamond tank. I've also got 4 new double dark angels from a local fish auction that'll grow out in one day. Hopefully they pair off. Over here, the red dragon mosaic guppies. Still waiting on fry from them. And we've got the 5 Barbados Cories. They're still growing out. Let's see. Over here, I've got these 2 guppies from a mix of tanks that I'm waiting for them to drop all of their fry. One of them had another 4 fry come out this week. I've also got all the fire red shrimp moved down here, and after I moved them, they released a few babies. There's 10 or so babies and the 6 adults. And as always, the mess of snails everywhere. And there's a couple of my assassin snails working on. Clear them out. They've cleared out quite a few. Along the front here, it seems they mostly hang out. Alright, here's the Blue Diamond guppies. Some of the fry are getting old enough to start breeding. Finally. Only got the 1 male. I accidentally sold the other Blue Diamond female at a fish auction. I thought I was grabbing fry, so someone got a good deal on him. I like this female. Her tail is just huge. A bit up on the bottom, but compared to this other one, it's almost twice the tail. Alright, then this pair of angels, they're due to spawn again any day now. They've cleaned up the top of these slates, so perhaps I'll do it today or tomorrow. Ooh, there's a rare glimpse of one of the pepper cories in this tank. Hardly ever come out. And here's a whole bunch of other things I got at this recent auction. I got a collection of white clouds, koi angels, and a few green dragon bristlenose plecos. Which they're probably, oh, there's the longfin one back there. They're only 1.5 inches or so big now, so they have quite a while before they grow out. And then there's these yellowish guppies that I've had grow. It's interesting, it's not as much black as the mosaic, but it came from a male that's got a lot of red and yellow, orange in his tail. So I'm just growing them out to see how they all look. There's 2 in this tank. One and this one. Alright, this Blue Dream shrimp. I've got 3 females, I think, all released their babies at once. They're just almost everywhere. I need to slowly pull out the adults into one of these other tanks. And then as they grow, they'll be easier to catch. And then I can finally clean out all the mold from the bottom. This is my quarantine tank, which I just pulled all those angels and plecos. And then finally, this albino and peppercorey mix. I've moved angels from my main 75-gallon to here because the peppercorys I've seen spawn about 3 or 4 times in the last 2 weeks out in that tank. So I pulled everything else out and see if any of the fry make it. And then I'll bring these back. These 2, what are they called? White gold marble ghost angels are the only 2 I've successfully raised. And they barely made it. I thought the parents had eaten all of them, but I caught the male spit them out onto a leaf so he could eat, and I grabbed him with the turkey baster and saved them. And what else? Well, I've started converting a couple of tanks here from the overflow pipe system I had in most of them to drill in the back and install in a bulkhead. These 2 are 20 gallons. I did it on. If we can get rid of the glare a bit. There we go. This tank, it worked perfectly. But in this other one, I've had a little bit of dripping coming off of it. Now it's, as you can see, there's a slow drip, about 1 drop a second, going out into the drain. On the back side, I had to use PVC glue to glue the piece of pipe that was dripping back there. Now this inner part is doing the same. The PVC pipe just doesn't sit perfectly in the bulkhead. So overnight, we've lost about 1.5 inches. So I'll need to pull that out and probably use the PVC cement and cement that piece on the interior. Not sure how it'll affect being able to rotate and turn that riser piece. Well, we'll see. Or I may just live with it. Because usually with my chain system, I run it every night, and I could top off what little dripping it does, but it makes me wonder about if when I get the rest of these drilled, if they're all slowly gonna drip. Hopefully they don't, and it's perfect like this one. Alright, I think that's everything I've done for this week. I've got a temperature probe here for my Raspberry Pi that I'm trying to, I've run wire all along this 2x4. I got a couple of probes going so far, and I want to try to make a project of monitoring all of the temperatures and whatever I can. Maybe control the lights with that Raspberry Pi. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks I can get some outdoor ponds started with these white clouds, put in some of the guppies. Alright, well, we'll see you next week.